say Helen of Troy was the face that launched 1,000 ships. But behind that phrase lies a tale of love, betrayal, and war, a story where gods meddled in human lives, and one woman's beauty became the spark for one of history's most legendary conflicts. Helen was considered the most beautiful woman alive. To prevent bloodshed among her many suitors, her stepfather, King Tyndareus of Sparta, made them swear an oath. Whoever won Helen's hand, the others would defend the marriage if it was ever violated. Helen married Menelaus, king of Sparta. But fate and the gods had other plans. At a divine wedding, the goddess of discord Eris tossed a golden apple inscribed, "For the fairest." 3 goddesses claimed it: Hera, the queen of the gods; Athena, goddess of wisdom and warfare; and Aphrodite, goddess of love and beauty. They chose immortal Paris, prince of Troy, to decide. Each goddess offered him a reward. Hera promised him power, Athena promised him victory in war, and Aphrodite promised him the love of the most beautiful woman in the world. Paris chose Aphrodite, sealing Troy's fate. When the other gods learned of his choice, they were furious. Paris sailed to Sparta. Some accounts say that Helen fell in love with him under Aphrodite's spell. Others say he simply abducted her. Either way, when Paris returned to Troy with Helen, Menelaus invoked the sacred oath. Soon, Greek kings and heroes began gathering at the shores of Aulis, ready for war. Agamemnon, brother of Menelaus, king of Mycenae; Odysseus, famed for his cunning; Achilles, the greatest warrior of the Greek side; Ajax, strong and brave; and many more heroes answered the call. Together, they assembled a fleet of 1,000 ships, sailing from all over Greece to take back Helen. The war dragged on for 10 long years. Heroes on both sides fell, and the gods themselves took part, supporting either Greece or Troy. The Greeks laid siege to the city, but Troy refused to fall. Even though the odds were against them, the Trojans fought bravely. They had heroes of their own, like Hector, son of King Priam, Paris's brother, who became the Trojans' champion during the war. But as the years passed, the Greeks grew weary. Maybe they never should have gone to war over a woman, especially since that woman wasn't even happy to be rescued. Discouraged, they prepared to go home. Then Odysseus came up with a plan. He convinced the other Greek leaders that if they built a huge wooden horse, hollow inside, and left it at Troy's gates, the Trojans would surely think it was a gift from the gods, and they would pull it inside their city, unaware of the Greek soldiers hiding inside. The plan was risky, but desperate times called for desperate measures. Following Odysseus's instructions, the Greeks built a massive horse, painted it brilliantly, and left it outside the city of Troy. Then they sailed away, pretending to retreat. The Trojans, thinking they had finally won, celebrated. They paraded the wooden horse around the city, and soon it reached the palace of King Priam. Some Trojans wanted to burn it, suspecting it might be a Greek trick, but King Priam insisted on pulling it inside the city. The elders agreed, and soon the horse stood in the middle of the courtyard. But little did they know that hidden inside its belly were men of the most dangerous profession, soldiers. That night, while Troy slept, the soldiers crept out of the horse, opened the gates for the Greek fleet, which had sailed back under cover of darkness, and stormed the city. Houses burned, people were slaughtered, and Troy was reduced to ashes. And what of Helen? Some versions say she was reunited with Menelaus and returned to Sparta, though forever hated by the Greeks for causing so much death and destruction. Other tellings blame her for the fall of Troy, saying that she was despised by the Trojans too. Whether she was a real woman, a symbol, or pure myth, Helen of Troy has become a legendary figure whose tragic story shows us how beauty, pride, and ambition, mixed with human weakness and divine meddling, can change the course of history. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share with your friends.